Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
Tonight, I think we've got a special guest.
We do. A long-awaited special guest. So back soon after we started, it was probably maybe we were a couple months in, one of our regular viewers,
I think we'd done a Woodford show, right?
Nope, it was a Four Roses.
Four
It's when I
Roses.
kept mentioning that I love a cherry note in my bourbon.
Yep.
He had commented that if I've never had it, to see if I could find a bottle of Blue Note Uncut Straight Bourbon whiskey. Here in Ohio, it is not available at all. Doesn't even pop up on the website for Ohio. But luckily, our boys are down in Tennessee were able to obtain a bottle of it from Total Wine and More for us. They were supposed to bring it to us at Christmas time, but they forgot. So after some harassment, we finally received it today.
Some begging.
Anyways, we're very appreciative of them picking this up for us, and super excited to finally try it. My mouth has been watering ever since I was cooking dinner and I seen it on the island. So, just a little bit about this, because I had to do some research on it, because it's not one that we had ever heard of until it was recommended. But this happens to be barrel number 18391, and it is 121.3 proof. So, Blue Note, Juke Joint, Uncut and Unfiltered, is bottled and distilled by BR Distilling, or at least bottled by BR Distilling Company, which is located in the heart of Memphis, Tennessee. I know this particular whiskey is distilled in Kentucky and bottled in Memphis by BR Distilling Company. Interesting story about this bottle, this particular, the barrels that these uncut whiskeys come from. I guess in 2019, June of 2019, their 6-story rick house that most of their barrels were stored in Kentucky collapsed during a storm that summer. And so it destroyed many of their barrels immediately during the collapse of the structure. Well, then, of course, you know, that takes a while to get cleaned up, so even more got destroyed as additional weather and heat exposure ruined the barrels. However, months later, a small number of the barrels survived, and they are producing limited availability of these uncut single barrel bottles.
So this is probably the only one of these we'll ever see exactly like this.
Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming Total Wine picked that barrel for their stores, so most likely.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pick, a store pick.
Yeah. So on the website it said aged 4 years. However, on the label it says aged for at least a minimum of 3 years. So the age statement, I really can't tell you if it is truly 3 or 4 years. Like I believe I said 121.3 proof. The mash bill on this is 70% corn, 21% rye, and 9% malted barley. I think that might be all the information. I know. MSRP, I'm not 100% sure. Due to the fact that it's not on OHLQ for me to look up, when I did a search on it, you can find this anywhere from the high 40s to the 60s. I believe we were told they paid mid 50s for it, so around the $53.99, $54.99 mark. So actually, for a single barrel, it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, it really is.
Single barrel.
If it's got any qualities to it at all, that's a really good deal.
Yes.
Now, you didn't taste it while you were pouring?
I did not. However, I did smell it. And let me tell you, it does have a really nice nose. It smells quite delightful.
Awesome.
So, again, to our viewer that recommended this, Cooper Coachworks. I think Bryan might know your first name. I apologize. I just know you as Cooper. Anyways, finally got it. Excited to try it. So let's dig in.
Okay. Don't want to have to tell me twice.
Okay, so on the nose, you're getting,
sweet.
It is sweet. The traditional bourbon smells, the caramel, the vanilla, just the sweetness of honey and brown sugar. It truly is, this particular bottle is one of the best noses I have smelled, besides, I would say, that Midwinter Night's Drum and probably that High Bank. It ranks right up there with them. It has a really nice nose on it. And the taste does not disappoint either. And I'm going to taste it again because my mouth is popping of all kinds of flavors. It is.
My mouth is just
Such a good.
It's watering. That is. Wow, there's so much going on.
Still, I'm trying to narrow it down. It's like you put that rock candy in your mouth and it's like exploding all over.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Without the fizz, it's that effect without the fizz. But I mean, I get kind of the whole gauntlet. I've got naturally oak. I've got, I'd say, some char. I've got brown sugar. I've got caramel. I think I even get some of that. A hint. I'll try it again, but I think I get a hint of maple syrup in there. I don't get the cherry. Did you get the cherry?
I did. It's at the very, very end, which is how I love it. I love it when it finishes with that cherry note, and that's exactly what this does. I also get hints of tobacco.
Yep.
You're picking that up this time?
Yeah, I got tobacco.
It's so rich and full of flavor, but all the flavors that you mentioned, most definitely. But I'm also picking up a little bit of cocoa in it.
I could see that.
It's that dark
I get kind
chocolate
of that,
type.
Kind of like the very first time I ever had dark chocolate. I kind of have that. I didn't care for it the first time I had it, but I know what that is now. You know.
Right. I'm getting a little bit of clove as well. It's finishing with that cherry, then kind of a spice. It's still finishing on my palate. I'm telling you.
That's incredible.
It's.
I mean, guys, that's a sip you just.
I mean,
you take
honestly,
a sip and go do something.
and it's still with you. Wow. I am so glad this was recommended. And if anybody's watching that has access to this, go get one now if you haven't had it.
That stuff's incredible.
Again, this one is barrel number 18391, and it's 121.3 proof. So definitely a good barrel if you can find it, and it is a Total Wine and More pick. So very good.
So now that sip was actually a little creamier to me. So a little more of the maple syrup, more pronounced in that sip. I still have all that other stuff going on. The oak kind of wasn't as strong on that sip for me, but maybe because the other flavors have taken over. It's just incredible.
It is good.
For $53 or $54 or somewhere in that area.
Even if you're paying $60 for it.
$60.
It's great.
It is at 121 proof. I would say it drinks like 120 proof.
Do you really? Because
Yeah,
I'm not.
maybe 115.
Yeah, I would go maybe 115.
But it's definitely, guys, if you're a 90 to 95 proof, I don't think you'd enjoy it. The flavor, you're going to get the flavor out of it, but I think it'll be a little too warm.
Like, I feel like the Weller 107 drinks hotter than this, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah, I would say, you know, we always say the wild turkey rare breed doesn't drink that
Have to try it.
hot. I would
Yep.
say this is the
We
same
do.
thing.
So you think this drinks hotter than that?
I think the 107 drinks hotter than this, yes. Just my opinion.
You just gonna let me do the experiment?
Yeah, I'm going to let you do the experience. I'm working on scoring this baby.
Well, I don't think so, but
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. Regardless, I love it. If I knew that I could go pick up another bottle of this tomorrow, that might become my daily drinker.
I know the next time we head south, we'll be looking for that,
Yes, we will.
for sure.
Definitely that bottle number 2.
I think, my palate, I think this drinks hotter
Okay.
than the 107, but not a lot. I don't think it drinks a lot hotter, but this seems a little milder, the 107.
As it should.
Yeah,
But,
I
mean, this is the neck pour too. Can
Right,
you imagine
yeah.
after this is open
Yeah.
for a couple months how
I mean, we're
good
only
that's going to
down,
be?
we're just barely out of the neck with,
Yeah, I mean, that was just open tonight.
yeah.
So it's going to be even better in a month, I know.
I can't even imagine.
So, how Bryan and I are rating these, I'm going to let you work on your ratings. So we are rating it on color of 10 points, nose of 25 points, taste of 25 points, complexity of 25 points, finish of 15 points for an overall score of 100. So this is actually, I think, only the second time on the show that we've actually scored bourbon that we've been reviewing. And so I was waiting on Bryan to
Yeah, I'll be one
score
second, and
his
I'll be,
numbers. But this one for me scored a total of 90 points, which
Wow.
I will say is the highest
that's your
bourbon
highest score.
whiskey that has been scored by me in the last couple weeks since we've been using these scoring sheets. And I've scored Woodford, guys, so that should tell you something. Ooh, exciting. While Bryan's working on that, I got an email today from Woodford, and guess what was released today?
Your barrel proof.
Yes, the barrel proof was released today. So while he's doing that, just to let everybody know, the barrel proof from Woodford Reserve, if I can find it real quick in my emails. This year's barrel proof is coming in at 121.2 proof, which last year's was 124.7 proof. So this year's is a little bit less, about 3 proof points less than last year. And I do believe it is still in that 700 ml bottle. I'm assuming it's still going to be MSRP'd around 150. But just released today, so excited for it to come to Ohio eventually. And while he's still scoring, just a reminder, today is the 7th. Wednesday the 7th. We have one more week of the stag giveaway. So if you did not have a chance to go watch that video and enter for the stag giveaway, please do so. We will be doing that drawing next Wednesday on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be sure to get your name in the hat.
So for me, I score it at an 82.
An 82?
Which is actually a tie for me of my highest score. It may be actually higher than that to me, but I'm still trying to leave room on the scale.
No, I get it. I still got 10 points more on my scale, yeah.
It's really good. I mean, it really is good. And the bottle that it tied for me was actually a little more expensive bottle. It was one of the old Forester line, 1920.
Oh, okay.
It tied to 1920 for me.
Yeah, so this one was the highest for me. What I think helped it score for mine was the finish on it, because it got all the points for finish because I couldn't knock it any for finish.
Yeah, it's just a really strong, I mean, when I say strong, I mean really good quality pour for the money. I wish we could find it here in Ohio. I wish we could go down to the store and get a bottle.
Yes.
Because if you're in an area, guys, where you can pick this up, like Shona said earlier, definitely go get it. Don't hesitate. If you're out looking for allocated bottles that are in this price range, get this first.
Most definitely. Because I can tell you, hands down, it's better in any of the Buffalo Trace allocated bottles. In my opinion.
Maybe we shouldn't say any. Anything we've had.
Anything we've had, yes,
yeah,
correct.
Maybe we shouldn't say any. But
yes.
Jared, if you're watching, I know at some point you'll probably catch this. We appreciate the call out on this.
Thank you. Very good.
Perfect. That was an awesome call. So, and you mentioned the giveaway a week away.
Did, yes. Yep.
We're excited. We're getting a lot of action on that. So,
yep.
Can't wait to give that away.
So, hey, if you like what we're doing, please hit that like button. Leave us a comment. If you have somebody else has a recommendation of something that we've not done and you think we should try it, please let us know. I mean, because if we can find it, we're always happy and looking for different ones. Honestly, it's great to have recommendations of non-allocated bottles that are really good, because so often we're always looking for those special releases or the allocated ones that some of the regular ones just sitting on the shelves somewhere don't get enough attention.
And guys, we're not even a year into our journey, so if you know of something that you haven't seen us do, even if you missed it, let us know, because we're learning.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, thanks everyone.
Hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you next time.
See you.